So, as I was over there, I was over yonder on the other side of the shop there doing something on that bench over yonder. Got a project going right there. Got a project going back here. One over there. This is one we're working on today right here. That's that Maytag Model 92 right there. We'll put that kick pedal on there now. That paint's been drying for 2 or 3 days. And we'll put that kick pedal on there. I'll tell you how I did that right there. If you want to take notice of it, leave a comment down there. On these 2-cycle engines, just normal 2-cycle. Nothing special about it at all. You know, it's basic, the basic 2-cycle, meaning that this crankcase right here is pressurized. That's the reason that you actually need some gasket sealer on that front gasket there. You need some gasket sealer on this gasket here. And I tell you what, I did take the time to remove this housing and remove that gasket that I had put gasola on. I took that all off, washed it down with lacquer thinner, and used that Permatex, I think number 1 or 2, and made a new gasket that fit the full flange around here, and put it back on there. Just saying, this carburetor, the only part that has to be sealed up on it in order for the engine to run is this circle right here, and that little drain back down there. So, if you don't put no gasket sealer around on that gasket right there, you're going to draw some air in beside of it right there. And at that, you know, there's no expectation of success when you got some air going in a 2-cycle engine. I'm just saying. Stop your air leaks. Pencil that in on that blank page in your book right there, and you'll be well rewarded when you actually do it. Now, the project today is to put this kicker mechanism on here. So as I was putting it here on the bench, kind of looking about a little bit, see what my next step was, I done already pre-fitted that bushing, bearing, shims, and I'll tell you about it. The way you do that is you want to take the lead hammer and hit your crankshaft over this way and hit it back that way and hit it over this way and hit it back that way, all the time noting how much it moves right here on your crankshaft. You can actually see how much this crankshaft goes back and forth in there. So what you want to do when you end up with it, you want that crankshaft to be all the way to this side of your engine. Next step will be to put your ratchet mechanism housing here on here. Put your pin in there and see how much play you have going back and forth. Okay, at that point, then you start putting shims in there. And that's what they look like. You put them on in there. That's a thick one right there. And that fits up in the back of that housing right there and takes up the side plate, adjusting it bias on this side to whatever the thousandths would be on that. I'm just going to say you want a good fit. Okay, with that in mind, I done been putting some shims on there. It's 3 of them right there. That's a thick one and a medium and a thin one. I didn't measure them, but they're pretty thin. Maybe 5 thousandths and a 10 and probably a 20. But anyway, that goes up there and that fits in the back is right here, and that's at your side plate. Make a note of that. Okay, once you've got this side plate busted, and this right here ends up inside that flange right there. It is where that rides at. So we're going to use them as adjustment, and a felt washer. This felt washer goes onto, I'll show you. Might as well just put it on there. It's a little bit small, but if you work the bottom on there, it's a perfect fit. Whoever cut that right there done a real good job. I didn't make that. So somebody said, where you get them parts at for these engines? Well, y'all see what done right there? Put that felt on there, and it's on top of that brass, that bushing, that brass bushing, bronze or whatever it is, sticks out there with a flange, and that's where your felt goes right there. Now, what happens is I'm gonna put these shims back on here like that. Okay, that rides up against that felt and holds it into place. Now, when we put this coupling on there, it'll capture that. I'm gonna put some oil on it. Y'all see I put that right in there. I put that nut in there as a spacer to take up for the flange on this cover that goes on here. We're going to take that off in a minute. But I've got that felt up there, and okay, see, it's in place where it needs to be. Really good. Like I say, somebody say, where do you get where do you get a part at for this engine? Well, yes, that's really good. The internet is where you get the parts at now. It's just that easy. You just buy your part, and it'll be on your front porch in a couple of days, more or less. But it's just that easy. Every part for this engine right here you could possibly need. They made so many of them and scrapped out them for parts that persons has them for sale. And the new of late years, to make it easy, the internet. See that oil saturate into that felt? That's enough right there. It'll migrate all the way around. So I'm gonna put these shims up there. Or some of that oil got over in there. That's a good thing right there. I might put some more in there. And I done already had this on there and fitted this pin to it to get the correct distance in there. So, and a bit of oil on this shaft right here, I think, to keep it from rusting and kind of help it out a little bit. And I'll put some oil down in that hole there for the bushing before I put the fitting on there. Okay, we got all that set up like that, and that has a tapered hole on it. And it corresponds to, okay, see, that's a little bitty side. The little bitty side will be on the side where your keyway is at. And the reason I did that is to get the big taper up in here. That bigger taper right there needs to be up here so I can hit it in there with the hammer. As the same here. So this goes on here like this, and then this pin goes in here. Like I say, I've already pre-fitted that right there, but to make it easy, to get your balls in the right hole is you lay this thing down here on the ground, on the bench, and you put these balls in there. I'll show you something. Put them balls in there, and you take this other part of this ratchet, and you notice that I didn't paint any part that has contact with another metal or where a gasket went. I have removed the paint on the gasket surfaces. So this don't have any paint inside of it. It's coated. It has a thin coat of primer. But you put your balls in that part there, and you put this segment in there like that right there, and then you come up here on your engine and you put this on here like this right here, and bring that around like that, and put that pin down in that hole. Where was that? I think there. And before you leave, I have one. Before you lose your balls, you want to put your cotter in there. Okay. Now, say we got that. We got that. It'll catch that ball every time. We'll get some oil on that in a minute. And now for that pin to be correct, well, okay, now as I have put that together and I started driving the pin in there, I find that it's made that too tight. It drew it up a little too much. So I'm going to take it back apart and take that thin shim out. Now's the time to set it right. It's a little bit snug. See, I'm not sure. Yeah, I probably am. I opened that gap up a little bit right there.